what's good, boys? We back at it again. We're gonna be breaking down an icy strings loop that I cooked up the other day. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. So the first thing that you hear in the loop are these staccato strings, strings of winter.
More in cooler.
Normal enunciation. So yeah, this is in C minor. It goes like this. Just build chords like one. You can add like some accent notes. I just start low chords and then you want to put the velocity all the way up on that. And then we're just gonna go. And you're gonna want to put it down about right here. That certain velocity triggers that sample. These chords are just like C minor. I think that's C minor sus. Yeah, something like that. All right, let me go back to my original pattern. So yeah, you're gonna really want to mess with velocities when you're doing this. You want the rhythm to be just right. So for effects on that, I had an EQ. I just really kind of boosted the high end. So it just kind of made it pop more. I did an RC20, just the vinyl 3. Wow, flutter. I have it about right there, and I turned the rate up a little bit, put the wobble right there, turn the follow up on the noise, and then turn the noise down. After that, I just turned up the gain on it just because it was really quiet, and then added a reverb. It's a venue preset, and then I just turned the wet up a little bit, and then the low cut up. All right, after that, I had this other strings from Strings of Winter, Strings High Harmonic Tremolo. All right, so for that, I added nothing. I added a pad. Y'all already know Balcony at the orchestra. I use that all the time. Any pads from stress off sampling are gonna be king, bro. After that, I added another string. I think it was another tremolo. Yeah, it was. So I added a full winter tremolo, and that was on C5. Anyway, so what I did to achieve that little reverse effect thing is I use Effectrix. These are totally default settings. I just dragged the reverse over. I just dragged it over like that. And then reverb, I added the reverb before the Effectrix, so the Effectrix will affect the reverb too. I just kind of wanted to soften the sound up a little bit before I actually reversed it. I added an EQ to boost the highs, and I added a stereo shaper, just kind of push it left and right. So after that, I added a choir, so it just goes. So I just added a reverb, the venue preset. I turned the dry down, turned the wet up pretty high. And I added an EQ, cut out some of the low. And then this built-in EQ down here, I just pushed up the high and took out some more low. So after that, I added I think this is a reverse high violin. Yeah. Preset on that is full half-tone trills. If you're gonna invest in like a single strings bank, get Strings of Winter. The only thing in my opinion that's, you know, a lot better than Strings of Winter is probably a flattest strings, but that, bro, we don't all have $700 to drop on a flattest strings, bro. You feel me? Pattern went like this. Venue preset, Effectrix, same thing with Effectrix, EQ, and the stereo shaper. After all that, you'll notice, if I play this all together now, it's just kind of offbeat, you know what I mean? It's like a perfectly natural sound or whatever, but like I need it to be perfectly on beat for me to put drums on it the right way. I exported everything and I basically shifted it over and stuff. I pretty much re-EQ'd all of these to really fit, not have too much low end. And then the drum solo would sound like this. I don't know, you could probably get away with this many rolls and stuff, but personally, I would have made it a lot simpler. Whenever you're doing hi-hats, I like to keep them really low, and I keep it really repetitive. You'll notice I copied and pasted this over here, and then I just took out like the triplet, copy and pasted all of that over, and then I did this little roll at the end that I have in pretty much all of my beats. And that's just a roll in 1/3, basically drag this down and back up, and then I panned it. So with my hi-hats, I really process them, but they sound like this, raw. And then with effects, they sound like this. A lot of y'all probably saying, yo, is that a halftime? Yeah, it's a halftime. The sauce for hi-hats, bro, is I halftime them. I really depend on my hi-hats to really kind of like add a lot of the bounce in. I'm not a big percussion guy, so what I do is I put it at 22%, just 1 bar halftime, 21%, and then reverb, I did a reverb, just a little bit, okay? If you overdo it, it sounds awful. So with the delay, I did a ping pong delay. You just go right here, turn the wet down, you can barely hear it. My goal with doing this is to just make them fit more. A lot of y'all probably watching this thinking, yo, this guy's crazy, bro. I promise you, if you do it at a very low amount, it improves it. So some tips for some 808 rolls. Put the metronome on. Whatever you make up in your mind, try to put it down on the piano roll. But what I did here is I just switched it up and then just did normal timing, and I just put the velocities down. It really just kind of slows it down and gives it like a dance. And then right here, I did like a really tight roll just to add more spice to it, and I just really kind of turned it down. So really be playing around with y'all's velocities. So for the 808 roll, it's just, so it just goes G sharp, G. So I have to actually fade in with the velocities like that. And then I added like a roll right here. Now I just kind of have the velocities coming in. It just goes 1, 2, 3, and then when it hits again, it hits on the C, and it just sounds so hard, dude. So yeah, that's how I make dark string beats. And also thank you guys so much for 1.5K. So yeah, till next time.